G'day, it's Shane here again from Grape TV, and thank you for joining me at my home bar. But more importantly, thank you for helping me bring McLaren Vale wine to the world. Okay, now in line with my theme for the moment, one wine each video to keep the video shorter, tight and sweet. Get in, have a look at it, get out again. Got any views on that? Would love to hear your feedback, whether you prefer the two wine format or the single wine format. Today, the third of the instalments of wines that are in the Taste McLaren Vale's Backyard Shed Crew Red Pack number 4. Taste McLaren Vale is my wine sales website. Only available to Australians. I don't have a license to sell overseas, so the overseas guys, sorry, I can't sell to you. Today, very interesting wine. A wine from a winemaker called Andrew Pieri. Pieri, sorry, I should say, and his label Pieri Wines. Andrew has a vineyard which he hand rears, and I'm sure he knows the name of every single vine that's up there and the characteristics of every single vine on his little patch of dirt that he has on Foggo Road, which is between McLaren Vale Township and McLaren Flat Township. He makes the wine at Redhead Studio, now located at the Loom Wines facility, and really has a good time making these wines because he makes them the way he wants to make them. Now the wine I've got today, he calls his Occasione. Hope I've got that right. It's the 2008. Now this is the Ripasso style. And again, I hope I've got that correct too. If I haven't, let me know. Okay. Now this style, very interestingly, is they make wine from 2 vintages ago, say. So this is wine from the 2008 vintage. Okay, makes the wine. Shiraz, in this case, makes wonderful, wonderful wine. And then he decides to do something a bit different with it. So the Ripasso style is he takes skins, so the pressings from the 2009 vintage, and he passes his wine through those pressings to get a whole range of different characters imparted onto the wine. I personally have never tried a wine style made this way before. I have, since trying this wine, tried one other, but I found it extremely interesting. And interestingly enough, that I wanted to put in my wine pack. So that's enough about some details of the wine. Let's go straight into the wanky thing. Now, quite interestingly here, this wine has been open for about 3 hours. First thing I can tell you is when it was opened, I was really getting currants, the smell of sun-dried currants. I found that quite interesting and quite appealing, I must say. Not raisins and things like that, but currants, very specifically. Could get some of that Shirazness, if you like, on the back of the nose, but the first thing that hit me was currants. Now this wine has been open, yeah, it's been under vacuum though for a fair whack of the time, but it's been able to open up a little bit. Some very interesting other characters are coming through. I'm getting a bit of perfume there. The currant has died down a little bit. The plum that you get from the Shiraz is coming through. A little bit of wood character. So there's some different things. There's a different play on this thing starting to come through. So that tells me, first up, that this wine needs to be decanted and left for a little bit before you try it to get it at its best. And also, to get it at its best, you probably need to hang on to it for a little while. There's a little bit of what I'd call fruit sweetness there. Now this is different to what I'd call the normal fruit sweetness. Fruit sweetness in a lot of the wines that I've tasted come from like jammy fruit, so overripe fruit and those sort of things. This is not that same fruit sweetness. And it's not candy either, so it's quite interesting, quite appealing. The other thing I like about this wine is that it's Shiraz. McLaren Vale does Shiraz marvellously on most occasions. I won't say all occasions, but on most occasions. But this is a point of difference. This is done differently. Has some different character about it. So instead of trying the same wine done a different way 100 times, this wine is a point of difference. Well worth checking out, just even from that point of view. Now, wow, that has changed. Like I said, since it was opened. When I first tried it, I thought the palate was a little bit light, a little bit dumbed down, if you like, and I was a little bit concerned where it's heading. Now it's been open for this period of time. There is just amazing flavours in here. There is obviously that point of difference that I was talking about is highlighted. I'm not sure what different characters, I'm not a winemaker, so I'm not sure what different characters get picked up from these grape skins, but that is just such a different wine. There is those different characters coming through. So yes, there's that currant that I talked about before on the nose, that's there. There's the plum of Shiraz, but there's these phenols, probably some sort of organic compounds that I can get in there. There's a different mouthfeel. Wood is there. There is oak, but it's not splintery oak. It's not like I'm picking out bits of oak out of my teeth. I've got to try it again. That is quite amazing how much that has changed from when I first tried it. There's definitely a whole different mouthfeel about it. And that mouthfeel, I think, is worthwhile just exploring there, because this is not just like a normal wine viscous fluid going down through your mouth. There is some sort of organics there that are different. Tannins there are pretty light, and again, I don't know whether passing it through the grape skins has stripped it of any tannins. But the tannin structure there is, you know, you're not getting that mouth puckering feel and everything else. You're just getting this yumminess coming through from the Shiraz, and this yumminess that is different to a lot of other wines that I've had, particularly from 2008. And it's just a wine that, you know, I could quite easily just sit down and enjoy myself, and probably try and, if I was with you, I'd probably smack you on the hand if you try to grab some of this wine, because I want it all for myself. Now, because of the different character, it's interesting. You know, I'd probably even match this with pork as an example, which is a bit different. I don't normally look at the sort of pork meats to match with particularly Shiraz. But there's that yumminess there, that point of difference that I think would actually match up quite nicely. A little bit of sweetness. It's not sweet wine. There's a fruit sweetness to it, but not overpowering. Not like a lot of the 2008 wines that I've tried from McLaren Vale. So definitely one to try. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed me bringing it to you and me enjoying it, sharing with you. So that's all I have time for Loner Grape TV this week. So I hope you have a great week. I know I will. Salute.